Welcome to Mindless Entertainment. My name is Jesse Milestone, and I just saw Joker. But Jesse, this video is about Reylo shippers. Why are you talking about the Joker? I know. Okay, so no spoilers, guys, but the Joker had a lot of pretty big themes that are kind of relevant to a lot of what's going on today. And again, no spoilers, and you can take all kinds of anti-establishment, anti-wealthy, anti-corporate, whatever you want. There's a whole lot of different ways to take the messages in that film. But one particular, again, non-spoiler line just stuck out to me, really stayed with me, and that is when a character says, "Nobody thinks about how it feels to be the other guy." And that to me encapsulates a lot of actually what's going on in our culture today, in our society, in our big social battles that are being fought. And that happens to be the case right now, which is why we're talking about the Reylo shippers. So what's a Reylo shipper, in case you live under a rock or don't care about Star Wars? I don't know. So Kylo Ren, Rey, the bad guy, the good gal. People since the first movie have been shipping them, have been wanting to see them get together. I don't know why they wanted that from the first movie. There's no indication that could or should ever happen. I mean, he just tortures her and tries to kill her a bunch in the first movie. And the second movie, he does a lot of the doesn't torture, I guess, but he psychologically abuses her just a lot. So basically, this is crazy abusive relationship kind of burgeoning in Star Wars, and people are all going gaga for it. The same people who tell you that, a movie is racist or sexist or this or whatever if it doesn't, have the kind of representation they want, are now also telling you they want to see an abusive relationship represented on screen. It's kind of nuts. It's kind of bonkers. It's kind of unhealthy. But what have they done now? Well, that's the whole problem, right? When you're the kind of person who so adamantly wants to see an abusive relationship played out in your movie, you probably don't have a great separation of fantasy and reality. So what we have on our hands now is clearly a case of another member of the Phantom Menace just going on the attack and harassing innocent people on the internet. So what terrible thing happened? What awful, just totally psycho thing did one of our own do now, you ask? Well, let me tell you. So Anna, that Star Wars girl, real good friend of mine, really, really into fan art, happens to make a post on Twitter, and it says something to the tune, almost the exact words of "I follow this artist because I really like her style, but this is just disturbing. I find this disturbing," something to that ilk. And she posted some pictures the artist had on her Instagram of some cartoony style drawings of Rey and Kylo Ren in these sort of suggestive and very sexual positions. And within the same, which I also thought was kind of weird too, within the same post, she has these very sexual, suggestive positions, and then she also has a representation of Rey and Kylo Ren young, labeled as teenagers. So you're mixing now again the suggestion of a sexual relationship between two people who have abused each other with them as teenagers too, which is just uncomfortable for me on a lot of levels. And yeah, that's it. That's what she did. That's what Anna did. Oh my God, the shock, the horror. How could she? How could Anna express an opinion on art? Because you know what? What do Reylo shippers do? All they do is express their fucking opinion everywhere, day in, day out. I want to see Rey and Kylo Ren get together. That's all I want. I just want to see them get together so bad. But you're not allowed to not want to see them get together, because if you want that, then you're the devil. If you don't want to see these two people be together, a mass murderer who has already physically and psychologically abused and tortured the main character, if you don't want to see him get the girl, you must be Satan or racist or sexist or a Nazi. That's right, you're a Nazi because you don't want to see this abusive couple come to fruition, because that's how logic works, people. So what happened as a result? Madness has transpired, let me tell you, because this is where it's really blowing my mind, is that in response to this clearly upsetting and cruel and oh my God, how could you write this post thing that Anna tweeted, there has been a widespread targeted harassment campaign against her, including a accusation of her harassing people that she didn't even tag anywhere, not even the artist. This rabbit hole goes crazy. So yes, the criticizing, it's not as crazy as just Reylo shippers criticizing Anna for criticizing this artist. No, it's crazier than that, and it's even crazier than that. That's not even the nutsoest part. I will get to all the nutso parts. Trust me, we'll cover this ground. So what you have is now this swarm of people, including the artist herself, who posted something on her Twitter, and then, of course, blocked Anna, and then made her Twitter private and protected, and apparently prior to doing that, just kept talking shit about Anna constantly, and was just like, you don't have to follow me if you don't like my post, as if it was like the worst thing in the world to say something, to just say something critical. And everyone's trying to be like, you're not criticizing her, you're bashing her, you're harassing her, you're insulting her. It's like, when did it become illegal to have an opinion on art, on how you feel about art? And it's not like Anna said it was awful or bad. She even straight up said, I like this artist's style. I like the way this artist does art. I just don't particularly care for the material represented in this one. She found it disturbing. Guess who I find disturbing? The works of Pablo Picasso. I find his weird faces real mad. I don't like them. They're unsettling and they make me uncomfortable. Does that mean I think Pablo Picasso's a shit artist? Does that mean I should never say out loud that I find his works unsettling? Because, oh my God, that's horrible. Like, that sounds insane, right? That sounds nuts. Like, no one is going to target me on Twitter for being like, I don't find Picasso's works to be particularly pleasant to look at. No one's gonna say that. God, talking about this is making me physically ill. Nobody would say that, but yet we all got our panties in a wad. So this is the ridiculousness, right? This is the ridiculousness of this, is that these people, like, literally posting at her, blocking all of her followers so nobody can see what's out there, basically, essentially isolated. This is targeted bullying. This is exactly what this is. Everyone coming after her, telling her how awful she is, how much she sucks, and blocking her, but then popping up to respond, and then blocking her again. Like, that's actually what harassment is. It's the stuff they accuse us of doing all the time, which we never do. This, and then someone goes back, right, and starts gets all this whole big shitstorm going on, because, oh my God, and acting like, oh, now she's just going around harassing everybody, even though they pull a tweet from days before, when Anna was at a Comic-Con, and posted a picture of her, that she took consensually with someone in a Rose Tico cosplay, and posted it and tagged Ethan Van Sciver, because we all know how much Ethan loves Rose. Does not tag this person, by the way, this chick. Asked permission to get the picture, took the picture, posted the picture, does not even know who this person is, tags her. And now all of a sudden people dredge this up, like, you're harassing this cosplayer. And the cosplayer eventually, I guess, saw the picture because a bunch of people, posted it to her. They've hunted her down and brought her into this, which is like, really? Really? You're being all your pan? Oh my God, they're harassing this No, you're harassing this cosplayer. She was none the wiser. She didn't know this shit was even going on. And you're the one bringing it to her attention. Hey, we just thought you might be upset about this picture that was gonna, like, not even be a part of your mind or your life. We really want you to be upset about this because we need something to be outraged about today. So, like, please help us be outraged. Like, please, because, like, our lives are not complete unless we have something to be outraged about. John! So, now she's getting shit on here, and everyone's like, oh, I can't believe you did. You can go through that tweet. There's nothing shitty being said about this chick who's doing the cosplay. It's not even a whole lot of crap being said about Rose Tico on there or anything like that. It's like seriously, there's no one's harassing this chick. No one's going and finding her page and be like, I can't believe you like Rose Tico. She makes this whole big stink about it, like, please don't tag me, or please don't tag this person in this post that hates people who like me, who like Rose, which is like, I don't think Ethan's ever gone after people who like Rose Tico. He just himself doesn't like Rose Tico, which again, this like inability to separate fantasy from reality is just bonkers to me. Of like, just because someone hates Rose and you love Rose, that doesn't mean that person hates you. I mean, case in point, I love Mission Impossible 2. Jeff does not like Mission Impossible 2. We still like each other, kind of a lot. Shockingly, oh my God, our relationship breaks down such amazing barriers. How do we even manage these things? I have no idea. We must be superheroes. I mean, we kind of are, but that's not the point. The point is that this is nuts. Again, once again, this chick in this cosplay, first of all, has nothing to do with all this bullshit happening with the Reylo shippers in the first place. They dig this up on purpose to find more grounds by which to attack Anna on Twitter for no effing reason, trying to say that Anna is harassing this chick. Nobody tagged her. No one from the fandom has said boo to her. The people harassing Anna tagged this chick to bring her into it. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? That's like, if I can't even come up with a comparable analogy that's because nothing absurd is that real in any sphere of anybody's imagination ever. It just doesn't make any sense. It's like, hey, you come be outraged by this thing with me because I need a martyr and I don't feel like being the victim myself. So that's going, like I said, those aren't even the craziest things happening. I think probably the craziest thing being said is the Reylo shippers are accusing Anna of stealing this woman's artwork. Like, it's a repost, bitch. Where have you been? The internet's been around for a minute. Even I know about this shit, and I don't internet that well. She was posted. She never claims that this is her art. Also, this artist is already using material that's owned by Disney and Lucasfilm to begin with. So it's not like this artist is even, she's already, in fact, she is committing a more tangible copyright infringement by reproducing this on her private Instagram than Anna is by just taking screenshots and posting an opinion about it. Like, it's just not, what? Stealing what? She clearly is like, I like this artist, but not these pictures. In what universe is that stealing her art? It's not like she's like, I hate this art, so I'm going to print it out and make a gajillion dollars off of it. That's not how life works. So to bring this back to the Joker quote, and why I bring this up, right, is this is the utter ridiculousness of this to me, right? Anna didn't hurt anybody. She didn't attack anybody, and she purposely, and this is what you can see she doesn't. She didn't go out and tag the original artist and be like, hey, your artwork sucks. She didn't go out and tag this cosplayer and be like, hey, fuck you, Rose Tico. She posted it into her own sphere. Other people came to this to become outraged by this and to attack her in the ways that they're claiming we're all doing, which is the bullshit hypocrisy of this. At any point, do these people stop and understand that Anna is a human fucking being? That she's a person. There's a human on the other end of these attacks, of these gross, vicious assaults that are happening simply because these insecure little children can't handle the fact that somebody else doesn't like a thing that they like. And let's be honest, that's where the entirety of all of this Phantom Menace stuff came from in the first place, is because there were people out there who couldn't handle the fact that we didn't like a movie that they liked. Now, there's this wonderful thing called cognitive dissonance, which is clearly what's happening here, which is like when you don't have a good when you know somewhere deep in your heart that you're wrong, that your opinion is based on a fallacious premise, or that maybe you're going about it in the wrong way, you double down, basically. You have two options. You either have to face the fact that maybe you're the one who's not in the right here, or you have to double down. And when you double down, you tend to become very defensive, very vicious, and very angry. Gee, what does that sound like? All right, Reylo shippers, because they're asking for an abusive fucking relationship. How many times can I say that? But again, not one of these people ever stopped to think that there's a human being on the other end of this. That Anna has every right to post her opinions about whatever the fuck she wants. And if they want to go attack her for, she's not attacking people, she's not going after anybody. If they want to attack her for that, they're attacking a person. They're not just writing things into the ether. And that's one of my big issues with a lot of social media, is the zero accountability for this concept that these are people. We are not all bots running around here just being like, let's see how we can upset people who like abusive relationships today. But like, if I could upset people who liked abusive relationships, I would! So fuck you, Reylo shippers. But anyway, these are people. This is a human being you're attacking. This is somebody's life you're affecting, because her life and her life, unlike you, irrelevant people on the internet, I know it's easy to forget that there are people on the internet who are relevant because y'all with your 3 followers are not. But there are people who are. There are people whose lives and livelihood depend on their presence. And not that you're taking that away from Anna anytime soon, right? Because the reason Anna is where she is and has what she is in terms of her following, and in terms of some of the highest social media engagement across platforms of anybody in the Phantom Menace, is because she is charismatic. She is thoughtful. She's intelligent. She brings content that people want. That's why she has followers. That's why she gets views. That's why she gets likes. And y'all just can't handle that someone who has an opinion that you don't like could be that well respected by a community of people when nobody gives a crap about you. But it doesn't give you a right to go out and hurt those people just because you don't like them. Maybe take a goddamn look in the mirror and wonder why your own life is so shitty that you need to go attack somebody else. And here's the funny thing, right? Here's the funny thing. This is not the first time I've made a video defending Anna. This is not the second time I've done that. Why am I always in this position, right? Why aren't the people coming after me? Because I have a smaller channel? Maybe. But what I see here, and this is happening all the time, right? I don't have to come on and defend Jeremy in this way. Jeremy's usually wrong, so like, why would I defend him? But anyway, not the point. The point is that you're talking about somebody who is one of the most prominent members, one of the highest sub counts in the Phantom Menace, right? It happens to be that she is the girl. She's the woman. And not just anyone, but the one who happens to look younger than she is, happens to present as very young and cute and innocent. What does that say to people? All right, easy mark. So take all your wokeness, all of your emphasis on being not sexist and promoting women's rights, and shove it up your filthy Reylo shipping asses, because you are all a bunch of sexist fucking hypocrites. I've experienced it too. Right? Not nearly to the extent that Anna does, but let's see this nice young woman who doesn't agree with us. Oh, it's fine to tear her apart. It's fine to attack her. The second anybody you don't like says boo to a woman, it's, oh my God, it's sexism, y'all hate women. Well, what are you doing? You're not going after Jeremy, every single one of his little tweets. You're not going after every single one of Ethan's little tweets, right? You're going after the girl because you think you can get away with it, because you think she's an easy mark, because you think you can get a rise out of her or upset her or whatever it is. Maybe you follow her more closely than you like to let on, and you know that she's had a shitty-ass summer, and you want to kick her while she's down. Maybe you're that kind of person. You probably are. Because the weak-ass kind of people who hide behind tweets and then blocking everyone, right? That's the kind of weak-ass people who's going to look for someone who they don't think can hit back. But guess what? Anna can hit back a lot harder than you think. And she's got me behind her, and I hit a lot harder than anyone you know. So that's the thing, right? I don't just go through my life going, me, what do I care about? What do I think? I care about the people in my life. I care about my friends. And when you hit them, you hit me too. And if you hit me, I will hit you back. And if I hit you back, you will not get up. So think about that before you want to organize a targeted harassment campaign against somebody who did literally nothing wrong, nothing even offensive. And that's the whole bullshit today. Because people in the Fandom Menace were looking forward to Joker. Now there has to be this outrage campaign against Joker. Because people on one side of the political spectrum or social spectrum or any kind of opinion like one thing, now you have to hate it and be outraged by it. Guess who doesn't do that? Me. I don't need to hate something just because you like it. I don't need to hate or like something just because I'm supposed to. Just because the narrative of the group that I'm part of says I'm supposed to. I have this thing called a brain in my head. You should try it out. Think for yourself one of these days. It might be fun. You might learn something. But going after the woman because she is the woman and you think that's an easy mark, take a hard fucking look in the mirror. Take a hard fucking look in the mirror when you want to do shit like that. Examine your own bias. Examine your own bias. That's what all you want us to do, right? All the social justice, examine your own prejudice. Examine your own bias. Examine your own, look at your own white guilt and your privilege and that. Look at your own fucking privilege and look at your own fucking bias. Because it's staring you right in the goddamn face. You just got to open your eyes and be smart enough to see it. And that is what I wanted to talk about today. All you Reylo shippers can go straight to hell, because and if you ever try to say to me something about, you shouldn't like this movie because I shouldn't like Joker because it promotes violence. You shouldn't like Reylo because it promotes domestic fucking abuse. Wake the fuck up. Get your fucking narrative straight, because right now it crisscrosses, runs in circles. You're going to have a whole lot of accidents trying to drive down that road, and good fucking riddance when you do. So that's all. I'm done now. I just wanted to let that out because I feel strongly about these things and it pisses me the fuck off. So, do the things. If you enjoyed this video, press the like button. Are you triggered now, Reylo shippers? Yeah, because guess what? If Kylo Ren and Rey got together, Kylo Ren would have pressed her all day fucking long because he's a piece of shit. Or didn't you realize? He is a white man. How do you guys not hate him? I don't get it. And he's like in evil, like he's pointedly the evil white man. Why do you guys like him? It's a mystery. But press the like button. Make sure you're subbed to Mindless Entertainment. Click the notification bell so you never miss a video. Also, go ahead and click all the links that are about to pop up here. There's LA Cheesesteak Reviews, an awesome other channel I'm working on with my friends, a bunch of fellow Philly transplants, trying to find a decent cheesesteak in LA and largely failing. Also, click Get Involved with Me. It's a great way to find out all about the different ways you can support this channel and help it grow. I'm on Patreon. I'm on PayPal. I've got amazing t-shirts designs on Teespring. Check all that stuff out because I ain't going anywhere. So if you can help me be here, that is amazing. You guys are the best fans ever. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Mindless Entertainment, on Twitter at Jesse Milestone. Don't forget to follow the official Jesse Milestone fan account at Team Jesse on Twitter. I don't run it. It's run by a not person who is not me. Anyway, y'all are great. Best fans ever. God Empress.